It's time for baseball. We'll see the Chicago White Sox as they play against the Boston Red Sox. Moments away on 2K Sports.
It's the American League featured in our ball game at home, the Red Sox. 2K Sports presents Major League Baseball Sunday afternoon. The fans here at Fenway, always full, always excited. Yet another packed house today. Starting, Mike Hampton. And he gets going against these White Sox hitters. What do you think's in store?
Veteran left-hander Mike Hampton out of the mound, and forever the changeup has been his put-away pitch. The problem now is the differential between the changeup and the fastball isn't as much as it used to be, and therefore it's not as effective a pitch.
Lineup for the White Sox. Let's take a look. It is courtesy of Pep. And so Johnny Damon leads it off. Last outing for the White Sox proved to be a win. They'd like to bring out the brooms here tonight, hoping to sweep 3-0 against the Red Sox.
Well, as a former player, it's just so much fun to watch a team that's on a roll like this, and no one's going to beat them anytime soon.
Line towards first, and the leadoff man's on board. You love the offense when it gets going that way. We'll take a look here and see where the Red Sox are positionally around the diamond. Well, Steve, the thoughts on a fielder here?
Well, a lot of times you see Dustin Pedroia with dirt on his uniform, and you see it because of his defense. He's diving all over the field trying to make plays.
First pitch, and he misses the fastball. Strike one. A lifetime number? Well, 259 off Boston. Line drive. That's one out. And that's two. A double play.
Beautiful looking double play right there. A pitcher's best friend.
And that shortens the inning, shortens the number of pitches that have to be thrown. It's all about defense. And here's Paul Konerko. 2 outs and nobody on. On the way. Well hit towards the middle. And he throws on to first. That'll retire the side. So no runs on one hit and nobody left on. And the Red Sox getting ready to start this one off. And doing the pitching, it'll be Erik Bedard. He's going to start for Chicago. And Steve, as he faces these Boston hitters, what will be the focus?
Well, veteran left-hander Erik Bedard out on the mound. He's been hampered by injuries in recent past, but when he's healthy, he's productive. Quality, command of the fastball, outstanding breaking pitch, and a feel for the changeup. As a hitter, you have to be ready for all the different pitches.
1-0 delivery is a fastball in there, 1-1.
I think the hitter was looking for something out over the plate that he could drive. They pounded a fastball down and in for a strike.
Played by Konerko. And he'll take it himself. Puts the tag on for the out. Lineup time, courtesy of Pepsi. Here's the look at how Terry Francona's set it. Scouting pick, John. Who are we looking at today?
Well, Marco Scudero's a manager's dream. He's a guy who's so consistent. He does nothing great, but he does everything good as far as hitting, a little bit of power, drives and runs, scores runs, but he's also a pretty good fielder also at shortstop or wherever you put him in the infield. That's what makes him so valuable to his team.
Swung on, line softly towards right center. That falls in. First hit of the ball game for this club.
Well, he did his job right there, getting on base. Now with 1 out, let's see if they can move him around and get him in scoring position.
And Kevin Youkilis to bat.
Now, if you tuned in last night, you had a chance to see him drive in 3 runs for his club.
Runner at first with 1 down. Line drive fouled off towards first. And now's a good time to take a brief look how the White Sox stack up defensively. Now, Steve, anyone in particular we should keep an eye on?
Well, they're confident with Alex Rios out there. Just a solid
up the middle. And that'll put Martinez on at first now. That tag, and he is out at third. They pick up no runs on 2 hits and strand 1. Leading it off, Carlos Quentin, well, leading the league in home runs.
Number 20, Carlos Quentin.
Swung on, lined over the first baseman's head. Rolling into the corner, that's going to be extra bases.
Now breaking down Carlos Quentin's season so far, let's see how he stacks up compared to everybody else. First in batting average, first in hits, and he's also leading the league in home runs. That power bat, that ability to hit it out of the ballpark, A major power threat every time he comes to the plate.
And Beckham's in the box. Looking to fish for that one. 0-1.
He's coming off a game last night where he had 2 big hits, and looks like he's starting to get locked in a little bit.
Strike 2. Gordon Beckham now will have to keep an eye out on the strike zone.
Well, the two-seamer has his timing way off. He swung and missed. Swung way too early.
Down on strikes there. Nice piece of pitching work. With a runner on second, Alex Rios up. And right now, top 5 in runs batted in the league. Here's a spin and a throw back to second. And he's back easily. Made a dive to get in. He swings on that 0-0 delivery, misses the fastball. Strike 1. Here's the delivery. Hit hard to second. So Rios is set down. Here are the teams with the highest batting averages for this month, courtesy of State Farm. The White Sox, #1. The Mariners in second. The Orioles third. Fourth, the Royals. And for the Blue Jays, they are in fifth.
Now some of the best hitting teams in baseball right there. Teams that understand, put the ball in play. Don't try to do too much. Use what the pitcher gives you and pick up a base hit.
And that's a strike. A.J. Pierzynski now behind in the count. Defensive stance at the plate.
Coming off a good ball game last night, picking up 2 hits in that one.
Oh, tough one to lay off right there, that fastball. 1-2.
That two-seam fastball is such an effective pitch. 1, because it gets ground ball outs, but 2, it sets up his...
A swing and a miss. Strike 3, but a chance at first. The throw, and he's out. They get him with that throw to first base.
Gary's really going.
Mike Cameron to lead it off.
Center fielder, number 24, Mike Cameron.
And Bedard has him 0-1. That one a called strike. Pitch on the way. And that's a strike. Cameron, who does strike out, will have to be careful here. And it holds at 0-2. The pitch. He fouls that one off.
Well, you can tell right there that the batter is in protection mode. Anything close, he's just trying to put it in play. The fact that he fouled it off will keep this at-bat going.
Fouled away. Swing and a miss on the slider. 1 out.
For the Boston Red Sox.
Well, this is where you want to go with 2 strikes on the hitter. You want to go down out of the zone. He swings through it, couldn't make contact with that one.
Now batting with 1 down, Adrian Beltre.
I got to be feeling good today. Picked up a couple hits in the game last night.
Swung on, hit. Beckham. So Beltre is set down. That one looked like he nearly keeled over trying to make that throw.
Now, any throw, the key part of it is footwork, and he had good footwork right there.
And that's a major league play right there. Fouled off. No balls, 1 strike. Here's Bedard. That's a strike, and it's 0-2. Time for Hamida to protect. Still 0-2. And he fouls another one off.
Well, anytime you're down 0-2, the bottom line is you want to be able to cover the whole plate. You can't look inside. You can't look outside. You have to just swing and protect in a defensive mode. That's what he did there on that pitch on the outer half of the plate to foul it off and live to see another pitch.
And he strikes out Hermida on a swing and a miss. No runs, no hits, no one left on. Still nobody on the board at Fenway. Getting back to action here at Fenway Park on a great baseball weather day. And here's Mark Teahen leading it off in the top 10 in hits. Here it comes. Takes a swing at that fastball. Can't connect. 0-1. The pitch. And that's a strike. Mark Teahen's going to have to take very close approach on the next one.
Today, he'd love to duplicate what he did last night when he picked up 4 big base hits.
Line shot into center field. And that's going to go through. That could be trouble. And he pulls into second base. That will be a double. Here's a chance to capitalize. RBI for Jim Thome. Right there in the top 5 in home runs. He deals. Swings at that fastball and misses. 0-1. Here's the delivery. And that's a strike. Thome is going to have to hit with a little less of a cut here. There's a swing and a miss, but he's headed for first. And there's the throw down to first base, and they got him.
Nice play by the catcher. Time to get out of the crouch and get it over to first base ahead of the batter. Sometimes these things can get away from you. He did a great job keeping it in front.
Good hustle and a great arm. So a runner in scoring position for Johnny Damon. And at the plate, one of the tops in runs scored, top 5. 2 away. Let's look at the Central Division standings courtesy of State Farm. We begin the final stretch. It's the White Sox in first. Second place, the Royals. Third place goes to the Indians. Twins are fourth. And rounding out the list, the Tigers.
Chicago White Sox on fire right now, back from the dead. They couldn't do anything right before, and now they're doing everything right.
Low for a ball to Ramirez. Comes set, now the 1-1. Here's a swing, a ball hit high in the air, way back there. Goodbye, home run, a 2-run digger. And so they jump out to the 2-0 lead. Wow, what a great time for a 2-run shot like that.
Well, that's what you want. Run support for your pitching and attack the opposition. That's what the White Sox are doing right here.
And he starts Konerko out. Swing and a miss on a pitch that's in the dirt. Did not look good on that cut. This is a really momentum feel home run. You get it at this point of the ball game. You add some juice to the whole offense.
Well, this could be a decisive moment in the game. And these hits early on could ultimately impact the result at the end of the game.
And Paul Konerko strikes out. Could not make contact. So they bring across 2 runs, the first 2 runs of the game here in the 3rd inning, figuring out that pitching. The White Sox are out in front 2-0. Quick look at Ozzie Guillen looking up. He got what he needed out of his lineup that last time through. This lead now something he can try to protect if he can get some solid pitching. And Bedard has him 0-1. That one a called strike.
Well, climbing the ladder with that 4-seam fastball, trying to get the hitter to elevate his eyes. He gets the strike on it, and the hitter doesn't pull the trigger.
Not a pretty pitch, no damage. Here's the 2-1. It's fouled off. He delivers. And that's another foul ball. And he fouls off another one.
Well, as a hitter, you try to do anything you can to prolong the at-bat to hope the pitcher makes a mistake. Nice job right there, fouling that 2-2 pitch off.
And Varitek retires.
And now a chance to see where the Red Sox sit in the American League rankings. Second batting average with runners in scoring position, second in ERA. And they're the #2 team in home runs. That ability to drive themselves in when they walk up to the plate. Great power in this lineup.
No balls, 1 strike. Here's Bedard. Good eye by Marco Scutaro. He lays off that one. Count evened up.
I saw the ball well last night, picking up 2 base hits in that game.
Swinging and a miss, and it's now 1-2. Swung, ground ball to short, and Ramirez fields the ball, retiring Scutaro.
It's a nice throw by the shortstop, and the key to that is having good feet. When an infielder makes bad throws, it's not because of his arm, it's because of his feet.
And it's Jacoby Ellsbury now. And he steals off and he gets away with it. He's one of the league's best. That one's too low. Bedard missing.
Gary, one of the things I really like to watch about him is his speed, that ability to impact the game on the bases. You love to see him get on and then wonder if he's going to go.
And Przinsky calls for the pitch. Ellsbury makes good contact. And the side's retired. Damon catches it as he heads in. And nothing. Leading it off, Carlos Quentin. He's the league leader in hits.
Number 20, Carlos Quentin.
First pitch to Quentin. First pitch, and he misses the fastball. Strike one.
Gary, he can really swing the bat. Just a quality approach at the plate, day in and day out. That consistency is critical to their success.
Fastball is a waste pitch that time. 1-2.
Hitting such a mental part of the game, and coming off last night when he had 3 hits, he's got to be feeling good.
Strike 3. Quentin on a swing and a miss. He's out.
With 2 strikes, the hitter wanted the fastball. He got it, but didn't do anything with it.
And Beckham's in the box. He has not hit well in this particular matchup. Only 136 against the Red Sox. Straight away left. That looks like a single.
Now coming to bat.
It's nice to get that runner on base with 1 out. Good piece of hitting that single. Now they got something to work with.
And he starts Rios out. He's looking a little confused out there right now. He just swung at a pitch that was in the dirt. Here's the pitch. This one could be trouble down the right field line. This is a one-hopper off the wall. Around third, he's going to try for it. The throw, and he crosses the plate all the way from first base. Situations repeating themselves here. A chance to produce, and they are. Well, I was already to mark this down on the card as a double. Put another line in there.
Well, he didn't let up at all, Gary. Great effort on his part. Took a chance, but he made it.
Amazing thing is he was able to do it standing up. Only 1 out, runner on at third. First pitch, here it comes. Oh, that one in the dirt. Good play by the catcher, kept it in front of him. Pauses, and now the 1-0. Hut shot towards the hole. And it's in there. Przinsky with a hit and the RBI. And the White Sox, they just keep rolling.
Third base, number 25, Mark Teahen.
What more do you need to see? Now you have to question his confidence. Giving up 3 straight hits. Not much going right out there at this point.
And Mark Teahen up. And they've not had to struggle here at the plate in this game. They just keep building on this lead.
That last hit puts a little bit more daylight in this lead right now, Gary. They keep tacking on early.
Back there in deep left center. This one to Ellsbury. And he gets over to take care of business. Fans, be sure to tune in tomorrow night. We'll see Evan Longoria and the Tampa Bay Rays. They take their game to Boston to challenge the Red Sox at Fenway. Going to be starting at 7 o'clock Eastern.
Oh, I guess, look, if you and John are going to be at that one, I want to go do that game too, because that looks like it's going to be a good one.
Throws on to first in time to retire the side. They pick up 2-3 hits, strand a man. The White Sox 4-run lead. Here's a glimpse of Terry Francona. He's dealing with the prospect of an offense unable to get any runs here, compounded by the performance of his pitchers, especially over the last 3 outs. And Bedard has him 0-1. That one a called strike.
Well, they've got a couple hits here, and we're into the 4th inning, so maybe they're starting to get something going. And the second time through the lineup, maybe they'll try to figure something out here.
And that one is in there, his second hit today. So Kevin Youkilis will come up. Popped out of foul territory last time. Runner on first. Here it comes. There's a strike at the knees, 0-1.
Now that he's gotten the 4-seamer down and in, look for him to go outside now.
Watches that one for a called strike. 0-2. Ball. The 1-2 on its way. It's fouled away. And Kevin Youkilis watches that one go by. It's even.
Well, he tried that four-seam fastball up in the zone to get him the chase. Tough pitch to
Swing, hot shot. He's up with it. There's one. And there's the second out, a double play. And it's Victor Martinez at the plate. He's a career .238 hitter against Bedard. And Martinez ready to start the at-bat. First pitch. Pays off a called strike. 0-1.
I looked locked in last night the way he swung the bat. Good stroke, good contact. See if he can't get it going again today to add those 2 hits from yesterday.
The slider swung out and missed. Struck him out. Side gone. No runs, 1 hit, and no one left on base. Still unable to score. Boston still a 0. And if you just joined us, our broadcast of Major League Baseball on 2K Sports with John Kruk and Steve Phillips, I'm Gary Thorne. And so Johnny Damon leads it off. One of the best batting averages in the league. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss on the cutter. 0-1. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Veteran Damon, though, he'll cut it down and try to just poke it out there.
The hitter now needs to protect the plate. Think about going right back up the middle.
One-two pitch coming. Good cutter. Swung on and missed for the first out.
That's a lot of movement there for a pitch at 87 miles per hour.
And it's Alexei Ramirez now. 1 away. He's in the top echelon of hits right now. And the first pitch. Cut fastball. Swung on and missed. 0-1.
Oh, he's having some kind of offensive season, Gary. Really in the middle of everything this team's doing offensively.
This is a swing hit in the air. And it goes foul. No luck on that one. Tried to get him to go after that cutter, but it's 1-2.
Good movement on the cut fastball there. Just couldn't quite catch the bottom corner of the strike zone. Good eye at the plate.
Hit hard on the ground to short. 2 away. Let's check out the American League Wild Card race brought to you by State Farm. We're here in the home stretch of the season, first week of September. The Mariners first place. In second place, the Yankees. In third place, it's the Royals. Orioles fourth. It's the Rays in fifth. And it's the Blue Jays last.
Well, they may not win their division, but we've got a great race for the wild card here. And these teams going to duke it out to the end. And very interesting race to see who becomes the 4th team in the playoffs.
And that's in plenty of time for the out. Mike Cameron to lead it off.
Center fielder, number 24.
Cameron gets set. Here's the first pitch. And Bedard has him 0-1. That one a called strike.
Well, Gary, he's not felt any pressure out there on the mound. The defense has not felt that much pressure either. With only 1 runner left on base, and we're moving through the middle part of this ball game, so they're doing a nice job shutting down this offense.
And it's fouled off. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a line drive. Back up able to pull that one in.
Let's take a chance now to take a look at where the White Sox sit today in the rankings of the American League. First in batting average with runners in scoring position. And they're also number 1 in ERA. Their pitching staff getting it done better than everybody else right now. You limit the runs scored, you give yourself a chance to win.
No balls, 1 strike. Here's Bedard. And Konerko getting to it. And he steps on first. That's the second out. And it's Jeremy Hermida at the plate. Fresh count on Hermida. Here it comes. Really bad pitch right there. It's a ball. Bedard gets set and delivers. Oh, that one's way back to the backstop. Not a pretty pitch. No damage. He watches that fastball. That goes by him for a strike. 2-1.
The hitter thought that ball was inside. It certainly wasn't low, and it looks like it was in there.
There's a swing, fly ball down the line and left. And in there, at least for a single as it gets down.
Well, the inning is never over with this team. 2 outs, they get that guy on first base with that big hit. Another guy gets on base. This could set up a big rally.
Now the first pitch. And Bedard has him 0-1. That one a called strike. Hit up the middle. And that'll put Varitek on first. They apply the tag. He is out at third. They pick up no runs on 2 hits and strand 1. The White Sox still ahead. Leading it off, Carlos Quentin. Leading the MLB in batting average.
20, Carlos Quentin.
First pitch to Quentin. Swings on that first pitch. Misses the fastball. 0-1.
Well, one of the offensive leaders in the game this year, and obviously a guy who's getting the job done for this offense, is somebody they've really come to rely upon.
That one's in the dirt. Nice stop. Good moving cutter. And it's 1-2 now. And Martinez sets up his target. Lined right at the second baseman. So Quentin is retired. Let's take a peek at the league leaders in hits, brought to you by State Farm. And Beckham's in the box. The pitch. There's a swing and a smash. And Cameron makes the play. Red Sox baseball here towards the end of the season. They wrap up the Chicago series today. Their homestand continues with another team, the Tampa Bay Rays. That'll be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Then it's a road stint for them, off to face them. Now a swing and a shot toward second. He'll throw on to first, and that'll do it for this half inning. No scoring. And we're going to see Scudero here. He'll lead it off. Home half. We're in the 6th.
Marco Scudero.
Swung on. That is hit. One away now.
Wow, great reactions right there. Doesn't waste any time at all getting his glove on the ball and easily throws it to first and retires the run.
And it's Jacoby Ellsbury now. Up the middle.
What a tremendous catch right there. I mean, what a great effort getting to that ball, making that catch.
So with 2 down, it'll be Dustin Pedroia. Just 1 hit, 14 career at-bats against Bedard. And the called strike taken by Pedroia.
They need more offense right now, Gary. I mean, only leaving 2 runners on base. We're moving through the middle part of this game, heading into the later part of the game. I mean, they need to give themselves some opportunities to score runs. Patience at the plate. Get somebody on.
Pedroia fouls off another.
Well, you have an 0-2 count and that pitcher comes up in the strike zone. You know he's looking for that.
Swing and a bouncer up the middle. And Ramirez fields the ball. Throws to first in time. That's 3 down. And he has just been magnificent through 6. Still got outs to get, Steve, but he's in this one.
Gary, he's got his great stuff and his great location.
Look at the manager, Ozzie Guillen. Last inning, that pitching gave up nothing. That's what he wants to see. Now looking for the offense to try and expand the lead. Here's the first pitch. And he can't catch up with that one. 0-1. Here's the delivery. And that's a strike. A.J. Pierzynski now behind in the count. Defensive stance at the plate.
Well, I tell you what, for a 2-seam fastball, he had some good movement and good pop on that one. Batter swung late.
Well, he finished that one off with a strikeout. Nice pitch. And Mark Teahen up. Last time up, flew up. First one to Teahen. Here's the pitch. That's it. Pretty well down the line and left. This one to Ellsbury. That'll be off the Green Monster out there and left. And it's Jim Thome in the box now. Ground out victim last time through. Swing and a miss on the cutter. 0-1.
Boy, I tell you what, you throw a cutter with that velocity, that's a great pitch. You understand why the hitter swung late.
To left center. Bounces up against the wall. Thome going for it.
Well, you know, he's feeling pretty good about himself right now. He's generating the first opportunity here with 2 outs to put up a run on this inning following his double.
First pitch on the way to Damon. A fly ball. Foul ball. No home run that time. Here's the pitch. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Veteran Damon, though, he'll cut it down and try to just poke it out there.
He looked like he was ready to swing that time at the plate, Gary, but he must have been looking for a different pitch as that fastball just paints the outside corner.
They pick up no runs on 1 hit and leave a man at second. And for those of you catching up with us, hi, I'm Gary Thorne along with John Kruk and Steve Phillips, bringing you Major League Baseball here on 2K Sports. Watches a fastball that's in there, 0-1.
Well, what an outstanding effort by the pitcher today. I mean, he has just been on top of his game, making the pitches, and offensively, they just have not been able to back hits up with other hits to mount the rally. They've been held scoreless here today.
Foul fastball, now the count 1-2. Bedard gets set and delivers. Still 1-2. That one gets past, but no damage done. And Youkilis fights off another one here in this at-bat.
Well, this is one of these epic battles that you just love to see. A pitcher who's not giving in, not throwing anything over the center of the plate, and a hitter who's worked the count even, fouling a tough pitch off to stay alive.
You have to be able to use your fastball in the major leagues, and this guy clearly can use that fastball, thrown in the low 90s, a very effective pitch.
And it's Victor Martinez at the plate. He was a strikeout victim last time through the lineup. Taps this one foul to the right. And another foul ball. Strike 3. And now there are 2 men down here in the 7th inning, and the shutout in place.
And he just keeps on rolling.
And it's Mike Cameron in the box now. Lined out last time up. Cameron gets set. Here's the first pitch. Ball 1. Here's Bedard with a 1-0 pitch. Smashes that one towards the shortstop. Throws to first, side is retired. And Stevie has shut him. And it's Alexei Ramirez now to lead it off. He homered earlier in the ballgame.
Well, the team winning, he's been a big part of the offense, driving in the run with a base hit, and then the home run where he got a pitch that he could drive out of the ballpark and capitalized on it.
Swing liner back up the middle. And he gets that one down, his second hit. 2 for 4 today. And that'll bring up Paul Konerko.
Well, Alexei Ramirez's season so far. Let's take a look at where he ranks compared to everybody else. First in doubles, 3rd most in hits. You'll notice he's also ranked in the top 5 in batting average. A guy that puts it in play, finds holes, and finds a way to get himself on base.
A runner on first, no outs. And he starts Konerko out. Smash towards the hole. And Youkilis pulls it in.
Now batting for the Chicago White Sox. Right fielder.
And a runner on, Carlos Quentin will hit. Trying again here, just 1 for 3 thus far. Swings a little late that time, strike 1.
Well, if you're going to be late on the fastball, you're going to have trouble hitting up here, and he's struggling right now.
A shot up the middle, and Quentin's got himself a base hit. Can't cut it off. It's going to roll to the wall. And Ramirez stretching it. Tagged at home, and he is out of there. And he'll stop at second base, and it will be a double.
Well, he got a pitch he could drive. He just didn't get all of it, but at least able to advance the runner.
RBI opportunity really lost right there, but you still got a chance to get him home. And Hideki Okajima is the pitcher, as the Red Sox bring him in as a reliever. Strike two. Gordon Beckham now will have to keep an eye out on the strike zone.
Hitters have to have great balance and be prepared for the pitch.
Swung on, hit sharply to first. And he'll step on first to retire the side. They pick up no runs on 2 hits and strand 1. And here comes. There's Terry Francona, the manager. And tough decisions maybe or maybe not. This bench needs some inspiration. He'll try to give it to him. And Bedard has him 0-1. That one a called strike.
Look, Gary, listen, he's made pitches. They've had a few base runners on against him.
Swung on, hit by Beltre. Damon. He ranges in, takes care of it in short left.
Right fielder, number 47.
It's going to be Hermida. Base hit his last time. Base is empty with 1 away. Bedard gets set and delivers. Swung on and fouled away. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and he's behind on the count 0-2. And it holds at 0-2. Struck him out. Wow. And again, there's no doubt, as has been the case throughout this game, he's in charge.
Now, listen, when you got a guy pitching like this, you've got to give him the shot for the win.
First pitch on the way. Veritek. Fastball in there. 0-1.
He looked like he was looking for a pitch out over the plate. That fastball down and in locked him up a little bit.
And Eric Bedard delivers strike 2. He's in control in this AB. Still 0-2. Struck him out, and the side is retired. He's got 8 shutout innings under his belt.
All he has to do is keep his focus and composure in the ninth.
And Alex Rios to lead off.
Center fielder, number 51, Alex Rios.
And he starts Rios out, and he offers at the circle change and misses 0-1.
A great changeup right there. You see how far out in front of it he is?
And Okajima runs that count to 0-2. Let's see if he throws one away. Swing and a miss, gets away. He's heading for first. No, and he got him. What a throw. He gets the play at first base.
Hey, Gary, as soon as the pitcher lets go of the ball, he knows what can happen in this situation. He's hoping his catcher can stop it and get the out in time. Great heads-up play.
There's a big 2 right there. Okajima with the pitch. He swings on that 0-0 delivery, misses the fastball. Strike 1. Here's the pitch. And that's a strike. A.J. Pierzynski now behind in the count. Defensive stance at the plate. Fastball got him 2 down.
K-Cam's going to show us the 4-seam fastball here.
And here's Martin. Trying again here. Just 1 for 3 thus far. The first pitch. Oh, what a drive. He smashed it. And it's going to be Cameron. And the side's retired as they head into the dugout. And we're going to see Scudero here. It's an important job leading off that home half here in the ninth. This crowd is restless and ready for that game-winning run. And the first pitch. Takes a swing, but he's too late on that one. Strike 1.
They just have not been able to mount any offensive opportunities in this one. I mean, 2 runners left on base. We're in the 9th inning here, so this has been all about pitching.
And Eric Bedard delivers strike 2. He's in control in this AB. A swing and a miss, strike 3, but a chance at first. He gets the throw down to first base, and they'll get the out.
That's a great play there by the catcher. When the pitcher throws one in the dirt like that, he's really hoping the catcher will block it, keep it in front, and be able to get the out at first.
Kind of plays that can change the momentum of a game if you don't get that out. And he starts Ellsbury out. Checks his swing that time, but it's still a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Here's Bedard. And it's 0-2. Ellsbury cut it down, protect.
The pitcher's got him right where he wants him now. Up ahead, 0-2. He could waste a pitch if he wants to.
Whoa, and it's 1-2.
So if you're going to miss, this is where you want to miss. Throw that breaking ball at the bottom of the strike zone. If the hitter swings...
On the ground to first. And he steps on first. That's the second out.
Second base. Number 50.
So with 2 down, it'll be Dustin Pedroia. 2 for 3 thus far. Fresh count on Pedroia. Here it comes. And a grounder. Is it the last out? Steve, that was one of the most outstanding pitching performances that we've seen in recent memory. With that final out, he's got a shutout.
Well, he didn't miss a spot the entire game. He had great defensive play behind him. A great all-around team effort. A tough loss here for this crowd today, but boy, do they see some kind of pitching performance from the visiting team.
Now the honors of our Pepsi Clutch performance, they go to a very deserving candidate.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a more dominant display on the mound than what we saw today. He was mixing his pitches well, changing speeds, but the thing you noticed, he didn't throw any pitches over the center of the plate.
And we got to see a terrific performance out of their starter, and he was able to ride that one on to victory.
Well, an outstanding effort. He had everything working today, the good stuff and location to shut down the opponent.
So glad you could join us. For Steve Phillips and John Kruk, I'm Gary Thorne. We'll see you real soon.